about three-way switches. Um, the first thing I wanted to talk about is basically some rules that you can just follow so that you can wire it and you don't have to worry about why it works or the theory behind it or anything like that. Um, because when you're out there in the field and or when you're in your house and you're trying to wire this up, I like to just not have to think about stuff. I like to just know exactly what to do, follow the steps. I'm done. Boom. I move on to something else. Right. So so first I want to talk about the rules, and then at the end of the video I want to kind of talk about the theory. All right, and why it works, and but first let's kind of go through the rules. So um, basically, you've got three boxes here. You've got your first switch, you've got your second switch, and you have your light. Okay, and between those boxes, these are your boxes here. These little, these are supposed to be your junction boxes. All right, these blue things, and then the rough wiring is you've got 14.2 coming in the first box, you got 14.3 between the boxes, and then you've got 14.2 between the second switch and the light. Okay, and then um, so the first rule is for the 14.2 coming into the first switch box, just make sure that your black wire is connected to your common screw here, which is the black one right here on the bottom right. Okay? And we'll talk about the ground and the neutral briefly later, right? So I'm just going to hit the power real quick, okay? And and then on your other 14.2 wire going from your second switch to your light, also make sure that for that one, the black wire is also connected to that common screw right here at the bottom right, that black screw down there, okay? And then for the 14.3 wire between the two boxes, you've got a black and a red, and it doesn't matter which one it is, black or red, come for these two, the way you wire this, as far as like whether you got black here, red here, black here, red here, black here on the other side. That doesn't matter. You just have to make sure that for the black and red wire coming through this cable right here, that both of them land on these two screws right up here, these gold screws up here, and then same thing on the other side. You got to just make sure that that black and red coming to that cable right there is landed on these two cables up here. These are called your traveler cables, and these are these two gold screws up here at the top, and that's pretty much it for the power side. Let's briefly go through the grounding and neutrals. So, and you can skip ahead this part if you already. It's like normal how you normally do a switch. There's nothing really special about a three-way switch as far as that goes for grounding and the neutral. So, but so basically you have your grounding wire coming out of the 14.2. You just bond it to the wire going into the 14.3, and then you run a pigtail up here to connect to your switch. And then similarly over here at the second box, you run you connect your ground cables, bond them going between the 14.3 and the 14.2 that you can see right here, and then you run that pigtail up there to that ground screw right there. And then as you come up here, you've got your grounding. All right, and then for the neutrals, you've got your white coming in here on the 14.2. The neutrals don't connect to your switches at all. You just basically bond those two wires. The neutral coming in on your 14.2 here, and then bond it with a wire nut and everything here to the 14.3. Just connect those two, and just so it'll travel right through that box. And then once the neutral comes in over here through this 14.3, similarly, just connect it to the 14.2 wire here, and then whenever you come up here, your neutral can then terminate here on your light fixture. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the theory, okay, and why this works, okay? So I've got a three-way switch here, and by the way, you have to have a special switch for your three-way lights here. Make sure you have a three-way switch here, a three-way switch here. Say that my light switch is in the position that it's shown here, so it's shown in the off position here, both on this one and over here, okay? So the way this current is going to flow, going to bridge this part, okay? We have power coming in here on the black. It's coming up this way, up around here, around here, around here. It gets to this. Now it's going to travel through there because it's in the off position right there. Okay, it's going to travel. It's going to go here, down this path, here, here. I'm going into my red wire here, out my red wire here, which, and the way I have it wired up here is coming in here. And then it is also going to bridge here. The current's going to flow here, here, all the way through here, go up through this black wire and down to the light. The light's going to turn on. Now, say that we flip this up. So the power, when it comes in like this, is going to flow around here, 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 here. Okay, it's going to flow here. It's going to flow this path now. Come around this way, come through here, 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 go through the black wire, come out the black wire here, and come around here, 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 here. And then it's going to stop there. If we come over here and we flip this switch up, then that's going to connect this, and then that current is going to go ahead and come through here, come down here, then it's going to come through here, 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 and up, and turn your light on. Okay, so that's a little bit behind the theory of why it works, okay? And then while I'm at this, I also wanted to briefly mention a four-way switch. Say that you wanted to put a four-way switch, okay? Basically, where you have three switches controlling one light or one set of lights or whatever. Basically, but on this 14-3 wire, okay, you'd basically have 14-3 coming into the four-way box and 14-3 going out of the box. And there's also a special switch for four-way. It basically looks like this. So you've got two gold terminals up here, and you've got two black. Now, the important thing here for the four-way wiring is that you want to make sure that for the black and red coming in, that those two guys go up top to the gold, and that for the 14-3 leaving the box over here, that those are connected to the bottom on the black screws. It doesn't matter whether you put black here or red here, or black here or red here. And then it's similar for the other things as far as the neutrals and the grounds. Just like you see here, you connect those neutrals through. You do the same thing in this box for these neutrals. Ground coming in, your ground going out. You connect those with the pigtail, like this pigtail right here.
By the way, if you're building a house, watch this video. It's a tutorial for a spreadsheet that I made that will help you to keep track of the cost and schedule to build your house.